What is going on, Governor Chisgule here, and today we're going to walk through all of the Valentine's events in Rise of Kingdoms. Hello, my friends, welcome back. We're going to do a quick overview of the crucial events associated with Valentine's Day for Rise of Kingdoms. So if you like guides where we explain all of the events in the game, please do like and subscribe. We always release these shortly after the events become available, and you can get tuned right into it. So, the first thing we need to talk about is the 5-day series Moments of Love set of quests. This is something that we've seen for many events, so I won't talk about it for too long. What I'll say is that there is a primary currency in the Valentine's events, which is the roses. Those are your primary currency, and a secondary currency, and that is the teddy bears. Aw, kind of surprised they haven't used teddy bears before now. Anyways, there's going to be a series of events worth calling out that on day 2, there'll be a barbarian quest. On day 3, there'll be a fort-related quest. So make sure that you save up the action points that you have for barbarians and forts on those different days. And of course, there'll be other events as well as they go along. At the end of the event, if this is similar to what we've done in the past, you'll get a number of Epic Commander Sculptures, Universals, in that chest over there. Really good for an early game account. You'll also get some speed ups and maybe something else. It's, I don't know, probably some teddy bears. Not all that important because, like, if you're in the early game, this is very good. If you're in a new kingdom, this is very good. Do very well in this chest. The thing that I'll call out is that you know, for each quest, get one more completion toward the chest. You can get up to 100, but it's not like, you know, non-linear loot. It doesn't get insane when you get to 100. It's just like one more of everything. So don't feel like you have to complete everything in this event to get the best rewards. You really kind of don't to get most of the way there. The next thing we're going to talk about is the Vow of Roses. The way this works is you add letters, we'll explain how you get those in a moment, to receive teddy bears, and this is ranking up your alliance's rewards. Those go all the way through level 15. You know, you get some gold stars, some speed ups, some gold keys. This isn't intended to be totally insane, and you can spend 100 gems to get a rose. That's 100 gems per rose. We'll talk about if you would want to do that and why that matters in just a moment. The next thing we need to talk about is where you actually get those love letters that we were just talking about. Map collection, city collection, and defeating barbarians are the way that you're going to go and do that. I'll put a card up in the top for my gathering playlist. It also has a city production video where you should watch that, and it'll tell you how to optimize it. The long story short is that doing these things will get you those letters, which can be used to level up this right over here. The other thing that you're getting is the teddy bears, and this is where you cash in the roses and teddy bears, all that sweet currency, for goodies. Now, what sort of goodies can you get? This is very similar to events we've seen in the past. You can get 20 gold keys. You can get a city skin, and we'll evaluate that city skin in just a moment. You can get some legendary commander sculptures, but it requires those roses. There is a decoration that looks pretty sweet. There's a temporary city skin. There are chocolates, and we'll talk about those chocolates in a moment. And also, you know, some things you can do to spend excess if you have them. Gold stars, speed ups. This is like, you really only do this if like you've spent your roses everywhere else. And then as a last ditch effort, you can convert any remaining teddy bears into a teeny itty bitty number of resources. Now, you may be wondering, like, well, wait a minute, Chisgule, there's no way I'm going to get enough of this currency in order to do all these things. The way that you get this currency is most likely going to be either from converting your gems to roses or from buying bundles. I personally am going to buy whatever bundle comes out. Most likely, we'll do an evaluation of that bundle the second it becomes available and put out a video about that so that you can make your own choices about what you'd want to do with that bundle. The better question is it worth 100 gems per rose? And in general, that means that you're getting one legendary commander sculpture for 1,000 gems, as opposed to the 2,000 gems it will cost you in the VIP shop. So that is generally a solid plan if you farm gems on the map. I have an Alliance member who's, claiming that they can farm over 2,500 gems a day. I think that's pretty aggressive, but if you were sitting there farming gems all day, you could theoretically go in on this plan without spending money, but that is a lot of gems converting into legendary commander sculptures, and quite frankly, you might be kind of better off with commander wheels anyways that specialize in specific commanders, assuming that it is a commander that you want. That's probably the route I would go. So I don't know that I would be gemming this unless you have a ton of gems, but certainly get your gold keys. And let's talk about this permanent skin for just a moment. Let's go into our city and check out the skin, which is, I believe, this one here, Tears of the Eternal. Of course, we can confirm that. Limited edition Valentines 2020 theme. It gives you 5% archer attack and minus 5% cavalry attack. I do like archer attack as a stat. However, I feel like most people are all in on calves, and right now in the meta of Rise of Kingdoms, archers do not have much of a place. It is entirely possible that archers will be the next cycle of commanders after Attila and Takeda, after Guan and Leo. There may be some archers around the corner. We don't know. I have no information about that, but that does follow the pattern. It could be some archers, and this could be a thing that you would want. There are some other archer skins that exist in the game. One is the 5% skill damage skin, which is generally good with archers, but Love and Thanks from Thanksgiving would be another substitute that honestly would be totally fine. There's probably another one that we can find here. Here's one, Gift of the Nile. This would be totally fine. Continuing on, here's another one. Frozen City would be fine. I mean, is the attack maybe better? Probably, because it'll scale really nicely with all the damage you do, but defense is, it's still 5% of stats, and there are, I'm sure, others that you could use. Here's No Place Like Home, which is Archer Health. So, you got some choices here. Now, that No Place Like Home, that really sure does look a whole heck of a lot like Sour Song. Anyways, you get the idea. Now, let's go back and talk about some of the other things that are happening in this event, because there is more. And by the way, we will review the VIP 17 edition to the VIP shop in just a moment. Now, if we go into our Alliance chat, people are sending presents. And if you tap it fast enough, which we did not, you can view and you can sort of select a reward potentially. We've been so slow, I don't even know. You select a reward or you're randomly assigned one. What you do to get that to fire off is you stuff chocolates into packets and send them as presents. So what we can do now is get some chocolate and send it to our Alliance, and we'll see what we see with how this goes. If we zip over to our chocolate is up in the top. We hit use, and what do we want to say? Enjoy. Done. Okay. We're going to send now. Boom. And we're going to send it. We can put it in Kingdom chat. That's cool. We're going to send it to our Alliance members. And what happens if I hit it? Ha ha! You can get your own rewards. Enjoy, but I'm taking the stones. All right. Well, we took the stone. That's hilarious. And you don't get to pick. It just randomly assigns you something. So that's kind of funny. 5 gems is a pretty hilarious amount of gems you give somebody for doing something in this game. But whatever. It's free stuff-ish. It's fine. It's fine. I'm good with it. So the next thing I want to go get a look at is VIP 17 in the VIP shop, which is now revealed to us with the reset of the shop that just happened. And if we get a look here, VIP 17, what a thing. A level 6 reserve. That thing we didn't really need. The thing that is sort of fascinating about a level 6 reserve is if you were scheming and conniving enough, you could buy a bunch of these, which is a lot of gems. And I don't gem these things. I don't gem level 5 reserves or level 6 reserves. I personally get those other ways from events and, from buying the bundle, the Call of the Ancients. So, you could, though, spend a bunch of gems and then time your troops, not for the next Mighty Governor, but for the one after it. which is crazy, but you could do it. And that would be kind of an interesting idea. I think it's like 36-ish days to actually crank through all of those troops and have them arrive at completion naturally. So, you know, you could do it like 4 weeks out from Mighty Governor, and then you've got a lot of troops that complete on that day that you aren't speeding up. The downside of doing that is that you're foregoing all of the daily quests associated with, you know, training troops. So that means you're not getting all those sort of resources. So it comes with a cost, but I'm sure that cost is worth, you know, the reward, or the juice is worth the squeeze. When it comes to getting a huge edge in Mighty Governor, that seems pretty legit to me as a thing that you could do. But for the most part, I like that this isn't really changing the combat effectiveness of the T5s. So if you're a free-to-play player, like, you really aren't, there's nothing here you should be worried about in the level 6 reserves. Like, you know, if you're in a kingdom where the person who wins Mighty Governor is always training lots of troops anyways, like, this is not going to be the difference maker. So I think that's a fine addition to the game. I don't know that I'm going to be buying any of them, but you know what? There they are. There they are. In addition to, or on the topic of things that are in addition to sort of what's new in the game, there is now commander sculpture chests that are available from the supply event that gets you these supply boxes. Now, previously, you'd get sculptures of Cleo. I've got almost like 600 sculptures of Cleo. So what's cool is that now I can choose between Cleo and Sundok. Well, I don't have Sundok expertise, so I'm going to max this out, hit use, and select Sundok, and let's claim our 30 Sundok sculptures now. Boom. There they are. So theoretically, we can probably get another skill onto Sundok, I hope, at this point. Maybe not. Where are you at, Sundok? Gosh darn it. Wrecked. Not even enough for another skill. Well, whatever. We're working our way toward her expertise. This does breathe some fresh life into the Supply Depot event. And in addition, what I like about that is that it doesn't seem like too far in the future they might add Ishida to that event, which means, you know what, I've got something to grind for here. This commander, well, actually, I don't really care about his expertise skill. Like, I'm just using him for gathering, and like this, like, give me a break. This is not doing anything for me. The thing that I'm actually more excited about is that the expertise on Sundok is giving, let's see here, siege units 30% more load, which means that you need fewer to farm a resource node, which means if you are caught out in a kill event, or really any event, you have fewer units on the field, and 10% more resources when gathering is complete is pretty amazing. I mean, you know, okay, it's only 10%, and we have that already on a blue commander over here. Bada boom. 10% additional resources. In addition, there are some talents that get you part of the way there, 6% additional resources. But, you know, still, I have something to work on over time. Hopefully this video was helpful to you. If it was, please, again, do like and subscribe. Our KVK is almost done. 20 hours and 41 minutes remaining. We currently are in 9th in the honor roll. We'll see how long we can hang on to that position. Hopefully we stay top 10, but really top 20 is the thing that we care about so that we get the permanent city skin. If we look at the spread that we have right now between where we are at 268,000 and the person who is in 20th place, which is 253,000. We've got, you know, like a 14,000 point lead, which is good, but also concerning. It's a little closer than I would like. So we'll see. This could come kind of down to the wire. There's not a lot of time left in KVK, and someone could go completely ham and shoot up here. The time in which they would do that, by the way, might be for the Race Against Time. This is one other event that's happening right now associated with Valentines, but we've seen it other places. And by the way, card up in the top for our full explanation of the Race Against Time. We've explained it before. We've won it before. And gosh darn it, we'll go and we'll do that again. Hopefully, we'll see just how far we get. There are few times where you can convert your action points into these legendary commander sculptures. And really, it's the rank 4 to 10 bucket. As long as you're like rank 10 and up, you're really getting great rewards. I do wish that they spread the legendary sculptures a little bit further down in their tiering. I mean, like, people in 11 to 20 could use some Lego sculptures too, y'all. So if you found this video at all helpful, again, please do like and subscribe. Check out the cards for additional information on resource gathering or the Race Against Time, which is honestly a lot of fun. Get on Voice for that and you'll have a grand old time. Until next time, you have fun smashing the kingdom.